I'm going to share a story of Devendra with you. Devendra is a manufacturer based in Delhi. His business was running very smoothly and he was in profits for a couple of years. Suddenly, last year, he observed that his sales are declining and his revenue is also decreasing. So he decided to form a sales team. But because he didn't have any in-house sales professionals, so he asked his existing team whether they can, take on this responsibility of sales. So one guy from operations and another guy from the finance department, they came and they said that, okay, we'll take up this responsibility of sales and we'll take care of each and everything. Okay, so after, some training and feedback, they started taking care of the sales department. But because they were not from the sales background, they could not generate enough revenue for the business, and ultimately Devendra realized that he needs to have proper sales professionals in his organization. So to hire proper sales professionals, he advertised on various portals and he started receiving some responses. So the responses which he was receiving, they were again not up to the mark, and some of them had applied for sales job, but they were not from the sales background. Whereas most of the CVs which he was receiving, they were for various other roles like HR, finance, operations, admin, and office work. So, but anyways, Devendra somehow got few candidates and he shortlisted 2 CVs of Aditya and Deepak. So he called them for an interview, and during the interview, Aditya and Deepak, they both convinced Devendra that they are from the sales background and they can take his business to the next level, because their performance in the previous organization was so great that they were able to transform the entire business. So Devendra also got convinced. He negotiated on salary also, but ultimately he decided to pay them higher salary than other team members because they were supposed to generate revenue for his business. So the next week, both Deepak and Aditya, they joined the office and they started working. Devendra gave them proper training, tools, knowledge, and he shared his entire data with them. And he asked them to, start working on the sales. And these guys, they started the sales process. They started meeting clients, they started their visits, emails, all that stuff, whatever is required for the sales. But ultimately, after 1 month, they could not generate the sales and there was no revenue in the company with the efforts of these 2 guys. So Devendra realized that, okay, the sales are still not there, but he thought that, okay, no, doesn't matter, these guys are new and he can give them a chance because this is the first month and he must wait for another month so that they'll perform and they'll definitely generate some revenue, right? So he gave them further instructions. He explained his situation to them and he said that, okay, next month you have to generate sales. Those guys, they made the promise and they said that, sir, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. We have enough fleets and there are clients who are supposed to give us big orders and we'll definitely get proper orders this month. So they again started working in the second month also, but by the end of the month again, there were no sales. So Devendra asked them that why we are going through this situation, why are you not able to, convert sales? So they started making excuses. First common excuse which they had, that clients are not available, they are occupied somewhere else, they are either traveling or they are not picking up their calls. Another response which they gave that it's the fault of Devendra's brand. They, made the brand responsible for not having proper sales. They said that the price of your brand is very high, whereas when they are going to the market, the clients are expecting better prices and they are getting lower prices from their competitors. And the quality is also not up to the mark. And there are a lot of other issues because the brand is also not very popular, and that's a new company. So ultimately, they, put everything on the brand, and they, somehow try to escape from their failure. But ultimately, Devendra gave them little hard warning, and he said that this one definitely you will have to generate sales. But ultimately, when these two guys failed to close sales, even in the third month, they already knew that they'll not be able to, get him any business. So at the same time, they started applying for the job with other companies, and they started giving interviews without telling it to Devendra. And then finally, after 3 months, they took their 3-year last salary and they joined some other company without giving any notice to Devendra and without generating any business for him. So this was the story of Devendra, and after that he felt very disappointed and frustrated. But now you will be surprised that who is this Devendra? This Devendra is nobody, but he is just another business owner like you. This can be your story. This is not Devendra's story. This is the story of every other business owner, because all business owners are facing these challenges because they don't find professional salespeople, and even if they find them, it is difficult for them to retain them. Finally, they feel cheated when the sales team, they quit and they are not able to generate revenue. So if you are also facing these challenges in your business, don't want to get cheated by your sales team and want them to meet their monthly targets, I want to invite you for a one-to-one call with us, where we will show you how you can completely come out of this problem of sales with our advanced sales transformation system.